Last year, thousands of students ran their essays through an AI humanizer tool before hitting submit, and almost half of them still got flagged as AI generated anyway. By 2026, the tools that promised undetectable AI writing basically stopped working, and I'm going to tell you exactly why only a few still work. So in this video, we're going to be covering what these humanizer tools actually do, why the detectors caught up so fast, and the real risk of using them, and more importantly, not using the right one. Let's start off with what a humanizer tool is actually doing under the hood. Most of them end up just swapping words for synonyms and shuffling around the sentence order. That means that they're not adding new ideas or a real voice. They're just rearranging the same AI thoughts into a little bit of a different shape. For example, look at this one. It's the same structure, same logic of the before and after, just different words plugged in. And so that's the core problem when you choose a humanizer that isn't the best. The statistical fingerprint barely changes underneath. But we have to ask ourselves, how did detectors suddenly get so good at catching this stuff? Well, number one, detectors are now trained directly on humanized text as well. Companies like GPT-0 started feeding thousands of humanized samples straight into their training data for their detector. That means the exact tricks that humanizers use are now literally part of the answer key. The very patterns meant to fool detectors become the things that detectors specifically hunt for. One study found detection accuracy on humanized text jumped from 62 to 91% in just under a year. So if you're using a humanizer tool that is not constantly updating and basically battle testing itself, you're choosing the wrong one. I also want to ask if you could like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Number two, detection moved away from beyond perplexity and burstiness. While they're still important, old detectors mostly just measured word predictability and sentence length variation. But now, newer detectors look at sentence structure, logical flow, and how ideas connect between paragraphs. That means you could swap over 100 words, but the underlying argument structure of AI text still gives it away in the detector. Number three, model-level watermarking. Some AI models now quietly embed statistical watermarks directly into their generated tokens. A humanizer can reword a sentence, but it usually can't strip out a signal baked into the model's own output. Number four, multi-model ensemble detection. Instead of trusting just one detector, platforms now run text through several models and average the scores of them. And that means to beat that, a humanizer would have to be able to handle every single model at once. And right now, that's not something most of them can do. But I said most of them. A tool like Phrasely is still one that, as you can see, can help you get through those detectors. Now, beyond just getting caught, there are three real risks that nobody seems to talk about. Risk number one is quality degradation. Humanizers often swap in slightly wrong synonyms that make sentences read awkward or even nonsensical. Readers and graders notice weird phrasing long before they even think about AI. Risk two, higher suspicion, not lower. Ironically, over-humanized text can look more suspicious because the sentence patterns get erratic in ways a real human writer never would do. Risk three, real-world consequences. Students face academic integrity hearings, and freelancers lose clients once flagged work surfaces later. So if you're not using the best humanizer, it doesn't remove that risk. It just delays when you find out about it. So instead of relying fully on a humanizer, what's probably the best practice in 2026? Well, first, use AI as a drafting assistant, not your complete final answer. Generate a draft, then genuinely rewrite it. Restructure the argument and add your own examples and your own reasoning. That is real human editing, and it actually changes the underlying fingerprint of the AI text. Second, once you have that process done a little bit, check your work before you submit, not after. You see, Phrasely actually has an AI detector tool as well, and it scores your writing for AI probability before anybody else sees it. So instead of guessing if the humanizer actually works, you can see the real detection score instantly. Third, revise anything for substance, not for disguise. Phrasely is actually going to be able to tell you which sentences are being read as AI generated. That lets you know where to fix the actual writing, the structure, the reasoning, the voice, instead of hiding it behind a disguise or just guessing what to change. So here's the bottom line on AI humanizers in 2026. If you're not using one that is constantly battle testing itself, the old promise of just running AI text through it and magically beating every detector, that's not how it works anymore. Detection has got a lot more sophisticated. It can look at patterns, structures, signals in the writing, and sometimes even watermarks, not just individual word choices. So the best use of an AI humanizer is to help you make a draft sound more natural, more like your voice, and less generic. Then always have a human actually do some review and improve the work you're yourself, and you can keep on going through that process. That is exactly what Phrasee is built for, that real detection feedback, better rewriting help, and a place to revise your work before you submit it to see the actual scores. So if you want to check your writing and make it sound more like you before you submit, the link to Phrasee is in the description below. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.